Hello all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, How About the Apples teacher, and I am so excited to be here because I have not been here in a really long time and I really missed it. So really excited to be back. Before we dive into my teacher planner content, I just wanted to give you a few life updates. I have been teaching now for 5 years. I just finished my 5th year at my old school. And I also got a new job at a classical Christian academy, and I don't even know what that is. So I've been doing a lot of research on it and it seems really awesome. It seems like I have finally found the kind of teaching that I want to do. As I was researching on classical teaching, I found that there is not a lot of content for teachers who are teaching the classical style in the classroom. Now there's a ton on like homeschooling stuff about with classical and things like that, but not a lot of like whole group teacher classroom kind of stuff. So I'm kind of re-gearing this channel to be more of a classical teaching technique kind of channel, but I'm still including a lot of my planner kind of stuff and organization because I still really love that and I still think that that's valuable for all teachers. Now, it could be that there's a lot of stuff that I find in the classical teaching that you might want to incorporate in your own classroom, and I think that that would be totally awesome. So I still want you to kind of be here even though you're not technically a classical style teacher. You should still be here and see what kind of things that you can maybe add into your classroom, because I think that would be really awesome. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe, click the little doorbell. It's not a doorbell, it's a regular bell. I don't even know what kind of, it's a bell. If you just click on it, you can be notified whenever I update and post even more videos. So let's go ahead and jump in. I am doing a teacher planner setup today, and I'm doing both digital planning and paper planning because I love them both, and there had to be a way that I can marry them so I can use them both. And I think I found a way. So let's jump in and find out how I did it. Let's get started. Before I go into my Plum Paper Planner, I wanted to show you what stickers I used for this year. This is from Agenda 52. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and this one mostly just has like the holidays and stuff, so kind of more monthly decorative stickers, more so than school stickers. But I loved the design, and so I wanted to get that. So this is what I'm using to decorate like my months and some of my weeks. So I want to show you that. And then I found this really cute Happy Planner assignments booklet, and it matches my planner, which I just loved. So I got this, and this one has more of the notes and grading, some quotes, quizzes, due dates, more of the teacher kind of stuff. So I use this to decorate some pieces of my planner, but this will be mostly for the weeks that I'm planning, not necessarily the months. So yeah, so I wanted to show you that. And then before we get in, I decided to do the Plum Paper Vertical Priorities planner. I got it in a disc bound because I just wanted to be able to take things out and put things in as I wanted them. So I did that, and I was able to get a hole puncher for that, so super happy about that. So I wanted to show you the things that I took out. So I'm still deciding on keeping the plastic covers off. So far I like not having them on because it's a thick enough thing, but I'm saving them just in case I want to add them back in. So, but I did take those off. And then the reason why I took off this page in particular was because on this side, all of this has like already happened in my life, and so it was just a random paper to have in there, and I want to keep this as non-cluttery as possible. So she's like, this is just a name page, so I'm gonna take that out. So I did. Then I also took out this part because this is going into the next year, and so I change my planner every year. Didn't need it, so getting rid of it. And then on this side, I have a hard time filling up so many of these boxes. I do use some of them, but I don't have a need for all of these because special dates, they're already going in my monthly spread. So I just feel like it's redundant to have two separate spots where dates are. So I decided to go ahead and take that out. And then I also took out my June and July spread. So I took this out. I did keep the notebook paper that comes with it. So that's why you only see half of the month, and then you go straight in, because I took the notes page and put it in here because I didn't want to waste the notes. So I'll show you how I did that when we get in there. But I took out all of my June, and then same thing, all of my July. The piece that goes right here is notebook paper on this side, and then the other half of the calendar on this side. I wanted to keep the notebook paper, so I kept that. So I'm taking June and July out. And then I never keep my passwords written down, so took that out. Don't need a reference for 24. Never keep my contacts in here. They're in my phone or my email or somewhere else, or in my head. So these two pages I took out. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. I chose the rainbow. I'm just really loving the super light pastel-y colors. I'm also loving the boho kind of like rainbow style. So that's what I chose for this year. And then every year I choose a verse that kind of represents what is happening through like my life. And this one just really spoke to me this year, so I did that one. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. This is the 22 spread for July through December, and then January through June. I took my school's schedule and I recreated it here on this page. So each of these colors has a different meaning. So blue is all in-service days. Pink is special events. We have a lot of special events at my new school, which I'm super excited about. But I wanted to make sure I put those in there. And then purple is no school. Yellow is an early release / professional development day. It's a half day. So students come in the morning and then they leave at lunch, and then we have the rest of the day for professional development. Orange is conferences. And then green is state testing. On August, we come in on August 8th, and then the first day of school is the 17th. And then we don't have school on that Tuesday, but on this day we have an open house in the morning and then a parent orientation in the evening. So that's kind of interesting. And then we have September, October. I added some decorative stickers from that monthly book that kind of represented the month. I did birthday for September because that's my birthday month, so I decided to do that. And then we have January, same things. I kind of like that I did this instead of this. I kind of wish that I had done this on the other side, but you live and you learn, right? January through June, and then again stickers to decorate it. This is that one page that I got rid of that I didn't like, or that I don't use a whole lot of. I decorated with these from this book. So these ones had the months on them, and so I did little cheetah prints and then just put a sticker over here. And then I have this is kind of like a brain dump list type of page. And then I have a running record on my phone on other ideas to put in here. And I do have some other ideas. Can't think of what they are at the current moment, but I need to write those in before I forget. So, but I have like habit tracker ideas. So in the weeks, I have habit tracker. And I want to make sure that I use that wisely. So I have a few ideas of what I want to do here. Scheduled tasks, these are things that I have to get done every single week and I don't want to forget about them. So I'm going to have a special time every week to get this stuff done. And then we have an interesting specials schedule. It kind of depends on what grade you're in and all that kind of stuff. But on some days, I'll have specials twice in one day. And then we have chapel on Friday. So we can't have specials and chapel on Friday. So we have 2 specials on Thursday. And then we have learning buddies on Friday too. And then I'm also trying to use this for an at-home kind of thing. So things that I want to include in the at-home section of the weekly layout is right here. And then I have like daily to-dos. This I'll fill in as I get more information about my school year. On this side is kind of a random, just another thing. These are the numbers and colors of all of my Tombow markers that I got. And then these are the colors of the mild liners that I'm going to be using. I use most of them for my Bible study, and I don't want to buy 2 sets of them. So I just use the extra ones that I'm not using in here. And then eventually I might get some more. It depends on how much I use them. And then I have some other blank ones. Again, these are just from that same booklet, but these are the original colors from the Plum Paper Planner. So moving on, I also bought these bookmarks from a shop on Etsy. I can link her shop in the description below, but I bought 3 of them and I liked the size of it. They're kind of like those Erin Condren ones, except that the Erin Condren ones don't come with the disc punch. So I just bought them from Etsy. So this is the page that came from the July monthly spread, that notes page. I just took a sticker and I covered up the word July, and then I used double-sided tape. Can't really tell, but it's really thick. But I used the double-sided tape to do the notes page at the beginning and then the notes page at the end. And I did the same thing for June. And this one you can kind of see, this side had the weekly spread, then this side had the monthly spread. So I double-sided taped them together. So now I have notes. And then I just filled in with some more notebook paper. So now we're getting into our months. I haven't fully decided how I want to use this. I did buy some sticky notes. I just don't like writing on here because it smears really bad. So I bought some sticky notes and I kind of want to do monthly goals for my teaching. So like instead of birthdays, I could do positive phone calls or notes to students or, you know, whatever kind of things that I want to accomplish throughout the month. I think I might use this for just put on like a sticky note form. Then I have the notebook paper. And then here is my first month. Anything that has an event, I just kind of did a square around that. One of my friends did that and I really liked that. So I did that for all the special days. I also marked my grading period so that I knew when I needed to get grades in. These stickers are from the Happy Planner book. And I love how they fit like almost perfectly. There's like a super small amount of gapping right there, but from side to side it fits perfectly, and so I really loved that. So that was awesome. These ones came from the Agenda 52, and they don't fit as great, but I mean they're still cute. So yeah. This is a mock-up of what I kind of want my weekly spread to look like. I have another one that I've updated a little bit more, but I wanted the top part to be from those scheduled tasks that I was talking about. So these right here, these are all somewhere up here. I wanted to make sure that I had a priority for that. And then I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do for the rest of this space. I think I decided on something for that on the other pages, but for the bottom I wanted to do at-home tasks, so like doctor's appointments, Bible studies, girls' nights, whatever. And then on this side, I still want to use the Saturday top 2 lines for any events that are going on, but I wanted a majority of this to be things that I need to print for the week. And then just random things I need to do for the week that aren't necessarily planned out. Like I don't need to do them on a specific day. I just want to get them done that week. So I'm going to do that. Then I have a mock-up habit tracker here. So I have another one of these spreads that I'll show you when I get there. And then I wanted to show you, okay, so each month in Plum Paper has 2 of the same week. That week is at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month. This week in particular, I pretty much judge it based on if it has more color, that's the week that I'm going to go with. So this one has more, I mean, it's pretty split, but I just decided to do this week. So when I go to September, I took double-sided tape and I taped up what I didn't want to use. That way I wasn't confused. So now this goes from the 5th to the 11th, and this is 29th through the September 4th. So I just kind of wanted to show how I did that, how I chose to do it. There's no rhyme or reason. I just like the colors of the paper, so figured I'd choose the one with the most color. So now we have September, so we have conferences. Again, it's my birthday month, so I did like a birthday kind of theme. And then everything we have that's special, that's a special event, is squared. So moving on. Okay, this is October. I just love this one. I love the colors and I love the stickers. So cute. So I have the grading period ends and then grades are due. I think this is, yep, okay. So let's talk about this. This is the more updated version of how I want my weekly spreads to look. So I haven't fully decided what to do here. I thought of doing a doodle of the week. So there could be like one drawing that I'm working on all week. I don't even know if I'm going to have time for that, but we'll see. And then each week we also have a verse that we're going to memorize. So I'm going to write that here so that I can memorize it myself and I can help my students memorize it as well. Then we have the habit tracker. That's not any different. Again, priorities. This is the stuff that I wanted to schedule out that I have to get done. So organizing classrooms. I have time for unplanned time. Digital planning. I'm going to be doing all of my lesson plans on Google Sheets this year. And then printing day and paper planning. So that's this, like paper planning. And then newsletter and grading time. I did find out that we're not going to have a lot of time on Friday because we have chapel, but we have to be there for chapel. So I might put my unplanned time on Friday and then move everything back one. I have to have my digital planning done by Thursday so that my admin can look at it. So I want to make sure that digital planning is either done on Wednesday or Tuesday. So one of those. And then these are probably just like top 3 things that I want to get done that day. And then any random events like specials, schedules, all that kind of stuff. And then again, we have my home. So like if I need to cook dinner, have a doctor's appointment, Bible study, life group, any kind of like random events. And then again, we have Saturday being like at home stuff and then church. And then we have this section is for things I need to print. This section is for things I need to get done that week that aren't necessarily scheduled times. We'll see how I like it. If you want me to do some kind of like plan with me so you can kind of see how I'm doing this on a weekly basis, let me know in the comments below and I would be happy to do that. I think that would be super fun. Okay, moving on. So we have November, the month of the chicken. Not the chicken, the turkey. This is a turkey, in case you didn't know, not a chicken. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, moving on. And then we have December. So Christmas time, all that fun stuff. January. So teachers come back on Tuesday the 3rd, and then the students start on the 4th, which I'm really glad about because I was really worried that I was going to have to go back to school on Monday. That was just not gonna work with my brain, so I'm glad that we're going back on these 2 days instead. And then we have an early release, and then Martin Luther King Day, and then we just keep on going. Here is February, Valentine's month. We have March, St. Patrick's Day. This is state testing and then spring break. So it's not like 2 weeks of spring break. We just have our standardized testing that week. And then April. My school doesn't have school on Good Friday, which I really enjoy because I really like to take that day to kind of reflect, which I was really happy about. So there's April, and then we have May, which is the end of the year. So then, as you can see, my May tab is way up here. This is supposed to be June and July, but I took those out. So my next thing is checklists. I only have 9 students this year, so I'm hoping I can kind of split it so I can have assignments here and then leave a little bit of room for new assignments and then the students' names. We'll see. I want to try and save as much paper as possible, so we'll see how that looks. And then in the back, so you have your dot grid, obviously. And then in the back, I'm going to be doing a lot of paper planning this year. So I found this grading aid, and this is on how many correct answers there are, like how many questions there are, and then how many you get right. So if I have 18 questions and they got 18 correct, then I would follow this over and it'd be 100%. So I'm planning on using an erasable highlighter to highlight how many questions they have. That way I can easily look at that column instead of having to relook at it. So that's the plan. And then I also got the same thing, only this is color coded. So we have A, B, C, D, and F. And then I ordered some page protectors that were disc bound. They haven't arrived yet, but those I'm planning on putting back here too. And then we have the folder. So I have other random stickers for like printing and the at-home stuff, and then other like school type stickers back here. I got these off of Amazon. These are from Plum Paper. I don't know how much I'm going to use these actually now that I have my Happy Planner ones. I kind of like those more, but I have those just in case. More stickers, and then just some college stuff. All right, guys, that is pretty much it. I did want to say, if you wanted to know what this planner looks like without all of the fancy stuff inside, there are a plethora of YouTube videos for the Plum Paper Vertical Priorities Planner. I can link a few down below in the description, but honestly, you just type that in, Plum Paper Vertical Planner, and you will get a ton of reviews on this that are not like touched. They're not edited or written in or anything like that. So if you want to know what it looks like as is, I highly suggest that you go to that video. All right, let's go ahead and head over to my computer, and then I can show you how I'm going to do my lesson planning. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into my teacher planner, lesson planner that I did digitally. Let me give you a little bit of a backstory. So a couple years ago, I tried doing an online lesson planning, which I really enjoyed. I have a video on that. If you would like to check that out, I'll post that on the description. But I really enjoyed that. But I also really loved doing paper planning. And so last year I kind of tested the waters with doing both. And so this year I'm diving in all the way to do all digital lesson planning and then paper other kind of planning. I don't really know what to call it, but we're just gonna go with that. So I did that, and I'm gonna show you my digital planner from last year. So this is what I did last year, and I used Google Sheets. Now, the reason why I like Google Sheets more so than Google Slides is because sometimes it takes a long time for those slides to load, like a really long time. And when you're at the end of the year and you're having to scroll down all of those slides to get to your current week, it can be kind of frustrating. So I just kind of tried doing it on Sheets this time, and I actually really enjoyed it. So this is what I did last year. So if you can see that I have a soft start and then basically my schedule, and then I literally just typed in what I needed for that time. I blocked out our special schedule, lunchtime, like things I didn't necessarily have to plan for. I just blocked it out because I didn't need to plan for it. So, but the time is still in there, just so I can know for reference. Not that I didn't have my schedule memorized by the end of the year, but I went ahead and did that. So, and then at the bottom, I actually, let me minimize that. So my old school, we used to organize our schedule by learning cycles. So we have 6 weeks on and then 1 week off. 6 weeks on, 1 week off. So I scheduled it that way. So this is learning cycle 1. Dates are on the side, and then we just kind of went for it. Then we have learning cycle 2, 3, 4, all the way to 5. And then our CMAS schedule kind of went a little wonky, so I kind of had to make a whole new sheet for that because I didn't know what to do. It was 3 weeks of CMAS, all different kinds. Our specials got changed. It was fun. So I had to redo the schedule. So I just made a whole new sheet down here at the bottom to do that. So I really enjoyed doing it because then I could look at our entire month and not have to go from slide to slide. I could just scroll up and down when I needed. It took a lot less time to load everything. And little pro tip for you. If I was currently on learning cycle 4, I can take this URL and bookmark it so that whenever I click on it from my bookmarks, it automatically go to that sheet. So what I'm trying to say is each of these sheets has a different URL. So when you bookmark it, you don't have to bookmark it, come to here, and then go to learning cycle 5. You can just, every time you change it, you can just copy this link and re-bookmark it. And then that way it just pops up to that particular sheet, which is awesome. So I went ahead and did that for this year. So this is kind of what I created. Now, with my new school, we do not have the same schedule every single day. Whereas my old school, we were doing this thing at this time every single day. That's not the case for this time. So my director sent me a list of all of the things that we need. And so I took my time to color code this. I recorded it for you so you saw what I am doing. I'm going to speed it up. But I need to know what subjects I could do certain days of the week. So then on the back, I wrote that out. So then on this side, I have a little cheat sheet right here. So for every single day of the week, I have to teach these things. 4 days a week, I teach these things. 3 days and then 2 days. So I have my little cheat sheet here and how long each one is. So because I don't know what my schedule looks like, I just put in subject and time, and then it's going to change every day. Now the good thing is it's not going to change from week to week. So my Monday schedule will be the same throughout. Tuesday, all throughout. So that's good. So I can do a lot of copying and pasting that way, which is nice. So I have my subject and time here, and then this is just where I type in my lesson plans. And then I have my date on the side. So major differences between this one, I just have one subject line up here, whereas this one I have multiple subject lines because they change every day. So that's how I did that. And then I split up, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I split it up so that this bar right here, it is the weekend split. So this is the Friday and then Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm back to Monday. That way I can better know where my weeks are. I don't think there's any on this one. So this one I decided to break up by month because I'm going back to a quarterly schedule instead of a learning cycle schedule. So I went ahead and went back to months. So I have August down here, and then we have September. And then this is where I can kind of block everything out and put Labor Day, no school, yay. And then I can just go from there. So I have all of this stuff. This is our half day. So this stuff I still have to plan for, but then the rest of it I don't have to plan for. So I just put because it's professional development. So I just put half day there. Then we have parent teacher conferences and all that stuff. So each month I decided on a color scheme. And so that's kind of how I did it. So August was green, September is pink because it's my favorite color. Then we have October, which is this orange-ish red color. And then November is actually orange. And then December is a red. January is blue. And it's kind of ombre, which I really liked. It's really nice and clean and simple. And then February is purple. March is yellow. April is another like watermelon-y pink. And then I was running out of colors, so we did May as like a celebration, it's almost summer, school's ending, yay kind of thing. So that's how I did that. If you want me to go into a more depth detail on how to make this, it's actually not as complicated as it looks. Now, when I first started, I made it more complicated, but now that I've actually done the process, I can show you how to make it a lot simpler than what I did at the beginning. So, good news for you. But if you would like me to go in an in-depth detail about how to make this, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. But this is just kind of a simple guide on how I am going to be planning digitally this year and with paper. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you liked what you saw and if you want to see more of those things. And if you want me to do a tutorial of how I did my digital planner, just let me know in the comments below and I'll be really happy to do that for you. If you have any other questions, you can go ahead and leave a comment. Other than that, I will see you guys later. Bye!